North Korea is widely suspected of having made some progress with its nuclear program in recent months, and because of this, attention is turning to whether a fourth nuclear test could be in the works. Hwang Sung-hee sat down with North Korea expert Scott Snyder, who is in Seoul this week for the Asan North Korea Conference, for his view on what to expect next.
So we're seeing a flurry of reports that North Korea may be actively developing its nuclear technology. What's your take on that?
Well, I think the signs are clear that North Korea does continue to try to develop its program. We've seen reports that the reactor at Yongbyon might be starting up, that the North Koreans continue to do motor tests to improve their missile program. And so even though they are not conducting a nuclear test or a missile test every day, it doesn't mean that they are not working on the program every day.
So does that mean that the international sanctions are not working?
Well, it means that the sanctions are, I think they're necessary but insufficient by themselves to prevent North Korea from continuing to work on its program.
So should we be expecting a fourth nuclear test to take place soon?
Well, I don't know what the North Koreans have in mind, but there's no reason to think that the North Koreans have decided not to conduct further nuclear tests.
So if a fourth nuclear test takes place, what should we expect from the international community?
We see following the third nuclear test that there is a new resolution, and we've seen new will on the part of China to more effectively implement some sanctions. So I think that possibly we might be talking about resolutions that authorize the same level of sanctions pressure on North Korea that we see being applied to Iran right now.
And meanwhile, what should the six-party member countries be doing?
Well, I think that basically the main requirement for resuming six-party talks is for North Korea to come back to where it was in 2008 when we were having six-party meetings. And that means explicitly stating a commitment to abandon nuclear weapons and to back that up by actions. No more nuclear testing, no more missile testing, and a recommitment to implementation of the framework for denuclearization. Lastly,
do you think North Korea will ever give up its nuclear program?
Well, the reality is that states that have tested have not given up their programs in the absence of a change in the leadership of those countries. So I think that what the United States and the other countries are trying to achieve through six-party talks is actually unprecedented. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't try. But it does mean that what we're trying, the outcome that we seek, would be a completely new outcome based on current experience with states that have tested nuclear devices.
Well, thank you for your insight, Dr. Snyder.